Honest to God, do you have any idea what happened to tech? I remember as a child, I would always be super interested in the new tech stuff that came out. Because as a child, I don't know, I was like very interested in technology like a normal child is, and like toys and other cool stuff like, I don't know, superheroes, right? You know, stuff that you grow out of when you get older. And as a person from Denmark, I was always at least like 1 or 2 years behind because this was before the globalization. I know that I'm slowly reaching unk status. I actually shouldn't be reaching unk status because I'm only 27. It should be happy birthday boy. It shouldn't be unk status or you're getting old or my bones are brittle. It should be like happy birthday boy. Yay! But growing up, I realized a lot of the times that like, oh, when a new technology came out, it would be an improvement. It would be either something that would be cool or something that'd be interesting or something that I'd be able to use or maybe play with. And lately I realized that not only is the new tech coming out not even better than the ones that were beforehand, but usually it also costs more money for less value. So what I'm basically trying to say is that apps and technology are trying to make your life worse, but for more money, and you're gonna be happy about it. So I just took an education in, well, technology and sound and production, right? Because I'm a music producer. And I know a lot about that stuff. And I also do programming and coding and I don't know, funny video games. I like to do that, okay? So I do have quite a bit of the knowledge of the things that are happening. So the first thing I want to talk about is, as a producer, I've used a lot of music plugins, right? I use plugins every single day. Every single time I make music, or every single time I have to edit something or make something for a game, I always use plugins. And a plugin that I use a lot is the Waves real-time autotune. Now, for all the producer heads out there, I don't want to get any heat. I like it, okay? That's end of story. I just like it. I know that there's other that is actually better and has a better frequency spectrum and all that stuff, but I like it, okay? It looks funny and it sounds good for my voice, okay? So I like it, okay? Please, no hate. And I bought that product 5 years ago. I bought the product because it was a lifetime subscription for this one product, and you buy it, you own it, all that jazz, right? And I really liked it, so I was like, okay, I'll put down $100 and then I own it for a lifetime, right? To my surprise, when a couple of weeks back, I have my co-producer over and we need to record some stuff, right? And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll put some autotune on it just for now, just so we can like listen to it and hear it through. To my surprise, I opened up the program and it doesn't work. And it says that it's activated and it does work and it is on the computer. So I'm like, why doesn't it work then? Why can't I put it into the program? Why can't I auto-tune my voice? So I look further into it. And I have the version V11. And V11 means that it's an earlier update of the program, which is like, fine, I don't care. It worked before, so why wouldn't it work now, right? So I text them. I'm like, hey, I don't really understand. I bought this for a lifetime subscription and now it doesn't work anymore. They basically answer with, well, it's because we made updates for it. So with the new updates, it doesn't work for your system anymore. Because the update I already had was working with my system and has been working for 5+ years. Waves, they say that, oh, actually, don't worry about it. We got your back. We know that this is a big problem for a lot of producers, so we got your back. By having my back, they mean that I get to pay again for something I already paid for in full for a lifetime subscription because they changed the model. They do claim that they didn't change the model, but that's because it's an American company. And in America, you can just, if you're a company, it's completely legal for you to just lie and change your terms of service, which is wild to me. It's an American product I bought, so therefore I have to follow the American law. And the American law says that, go crazy. Just, I don't know, change it, I don't care. So they changed the product. So I have to pay again to have the same program I already paid for in its full, to have a lifetime subscription for a program that does work on my computer and a program that I've used before on the same computer. But because they've gone in and said, well, actually V11 doesn't work anymore for this specific product, so now you need to upgrade to V15 and then you're all set, which I think is actually crazy. And I don't even understand how that's legal, but I don't know, America, land of the free, I guess. That's where I really start to realize that like technology is like actually not going in a way that's better for us. It's actually devancing instead of advancing, which is kind of weird. If we go further step ahead, then I also realized that Netflix, you know, all the TV that is happening now, right? Because beforehand we used to just have TV. You would have a little cable that would go into your box, right? And then you'll be like, oh my god, this box is so cool, and now I can watch TV. And it's probably a million like building programs because that's, I don't know, people love that stuff, right? Me too. I'm getting old. I know, you know, sue me. But the thing is, that's not on demand. And the main thing about like this technology advancement we have with apps and stuff like that is that everything needs to be convenient. So when Netflix first got announced, it was like unironically a game changer, right? When I grew up, I remember there was a specific movie we wanted to watch, we had to look through a little magazine, right? We had to look through a magazine and say, okay, Friday at 21, they're playing this movie at this channel, right? Hell yeah, buddy. I got it. I understand. I'm a part of it, right? It was either that or I would have to go down to the store and then I would rent it for a couple of days. And then if I skipped those couple of days and didn't return it back, I would have to pay like ungodly amount of money, which is crazy. It should have just have been like, okay, then you pay for it again. But whatever. They wanted their movie back. Okay, I get it. But Netflix was unironically a game changer, right? It came out and it had all the movies you wanted to watch, and you could watch it on demand, right? And it was so good, it almost destroyed the entire like TV network. That it like Flow TV was like unironically obsolete because it was so much easier for you to watch something on Netflix than it was for you to watch it on TV, because then you had to wait for it to come on TV, right? And then when it came on TV, you had to watch it there, and you couldn't skip ahead. You couldn't be like, okay, why can't it just be Saturday now? I want to watch it right now. Now is the time I have time to watch it right now, and I want to watch it right now, right? You couldn't do that with Flow TV, but with Netflix, you could. And Netflix is very interesting in that way because it made it so much more convenient for the consumer, you know, you and I, to watch stuff like that. It became the norm that I can watch TV whenever I want to watch TV, and I can watch whatever I want. And it had basically everything. It didn't have everything, right? Of course it didn't have everything, but it had a lot. It had a crazy amount, right? Not anymore, really. Because what happened is that a lot of other companies realized they could just do the same thing, right? Let's say you want to have Netflix, right? Because there's a movie you want to watch, right? So you pay for the Netflix subscription. And then you realize that, oh, well, there's this other show I really want to watch, and that is on HBO. Okay, I guess I'll pay for that too then. Okay, sure. Then there's this other movie that just came out that you want to watch. Oh, that's on Hulu. Okay, I guess I'll pay for that again, I guess. And then rinse and repeat until we have like a million of them now. And this is a little insider thing that I know from when I worked in the media business. But they would say, okay, we have this one up for sale now, and the highest bidder gets it, right? It was much easier when it was just Netflix, right? Because the highest bidder would always be Netflix. That would be the only one. So Netflix would just be like, we would like to show this movie. Can we show this movie? And the company would be like, yes, they cost this amount of money. And Netflix like, thank you. Now they have to most likely give it to 3 to 4 different companies, and then they have to bid. And then who has the highest bid gets to show it. So one of the 4 out of the 16 companies might be able to get the bid. And the ones that get the bid have it for a limited amount of time, and then they can show it to people, right? Before it was only Netflix, so they would most likely always win the bid. Now it's like a million different companies that get the same bid, and they all have to like fight with who gets the highest bid so they can actually get the movie that they want to show, and then therefore they can show that movie to people. When that happens, you go from having a 1-to-1 chance to actually being able to get the show on the company that you're actually paying money for to get the show on, to a 1 in 16th chance of getting the show that you want on your service that you're actually paying for. I'm not that good at math, but I know that that's pretty bad odds, honestly. And therefore, that has made the sense for a lot of these companies, especially now I'm mainly going to talk about Netflix here. It's much easier than instead of getting stuff that you actually want to watch, it's much easier just to make your own slop. Because if people are already paying for it, you're not going to pay for 16 different streaming platforms and also pay for Flow TV. It's much easier for you just to choose one and then just stick with it. So there's only one real solution to this problem for you to like watch what you want to watch and do it in a way that doesn't completely bankrupt you. And that is, it's by going online and then finding it and then that's the only viable way for you to do it. Because the thing is, Netflix doesn't have complete monopoly anymore. Therefore, they have to share that monopoly with any other company. Also, monopoly is just fake because like there's like 6 companies in the entire world, but that's another story for another time, right? But there's like so many different companies fighting for the same thing that they don't have complete monopoly anymore. So it's much cheaper and much better for them just to make another slop TV show about whatever, like Too Hot to Handle, right? Which is literally, it's such a bad show. Like, honest to God, I could make a whole video just talking about Too Hot to Handle because it's like, dude, literally just don't harass people for like 3 weeks and you get a ton of money. But these guys, they can't control themselves, and then there's always like 1 or 2 people that are like, oh, maybe just one kiss, maybe just one hanky panky, which is stupid. Like it has to be scripted. That it like I'm certain that has to be scripted. Like in some way, that it simply cannot be that these people are so stupid that they can be like, okay, $1 million or maybe a kiss from a pretty girl. You know, I don't know what's better. Maybe a kiss from a pretty girl or $1 million. I don't know. I think that's really stupid. So therefore, they're making slop TV. Generally, TV in itself has just gotten so bloated and so bad when it comes to technology. In my parents' house, they still have float TV, right? And before, it used to just be one cable. You put it in, you're in. Not anymore. Now you need the cable into a box, right? And it's like a little black box. Kind of like the black box, which is in like airplanes, but like a black box is actually orange. Now you know that. So they have this little black box, right? And that black box can then connect to the satellites, and so you can like watch TV. And then that connects to that, right? And then that has to connect to the TV, but it doesn't stop there. You also need to connect that to another black box, which is like smaller, and that has a Chromecast in it. And the Chromecast then can then take the streaming services, because the black box can't take the streaming services. So you went from one cable to 4 cables and then 3 different devices just to be able to watch Flow TV. And then you have to switch between those devices if you want to watch, let's say you want to watch Hulu. Then it's, oh, no, that's not on the black box and it's not on the TV. That's actually a little funny little Chromecast thing that can take the internet stuff. So that's where that's on. So you have to take your 3 remotes and you have to click on that. Oh, no, that's the wrong remote. Sorry. It's this one, actually. Oh, yeah. So now I'm in the first one, and then you take the third one, and then you can click in on that one to go watch Hulu. But that is not even the entire Hulu experience, because that doesn't go with the subscription. So you only get a limited assortment of choices. And, oh, it doesn't even get shown in my country, Denmark. Why doesn't that get shown? You just have to deal it, man. That's like the only thing you can do. Like, honest to God, that's literally the only way you can do it, unless you want to bankrupt yourself. But I'm not advocating stealing. Couldn't be me. And when we're talking about cracking stuff, even though I don't advocate for it, there is some stuff that is unironically just better to crack. Like, honest to God, there is just stuff out there that is much easier and better to crack. Like, Adobe is just so much better if you... And I'm not saying that I'm stealing it. I'm just saying I know for a fact that it is, because Adobe makes so many updates all the time that has to be updated and then doesn't work. And oh no, your iLog doesn't work. And this is actually the wrong password. And oh no, you're using the different launcher, so therefore it doesn't work anymore. Or you want to have it on 2 computers because one for traveling and one at home. Okay, no, sir. Then it's double up. Oh, so it costs like $4,000 now? Okay, well, if you lie that you're still a student and you don't want to pay it, then we'll give it for you for free. So you have to do a humiliation ritual each year just to get it for the money that you already paid for the Adobe package to do. Or you could just once and then never think about it again. If we talk a little bit more about apps, Twitch, please, I'm actually begging you, please, I can go down on my knees if you want to. I am begging you, fix your stuff, bro. Like, actually fix your stuff. Because me and my wife, we wanted to watch the Rainbow tournament, right? And I have a nice flat screen TV, actually 65 inches if you had to ask for anybody, okay? It's pretty big, good for drinking beer and watching the game, okay? So we wanted to watch it on the TV, right? Because it's much nicer to watch it on the TV than on the computer, because I have like a little MacBook, right? So we wanted to watch it on TV. This puts a couple of different options that I can do to get it connected to the TV. So there's option 1, which is go on my PlayStation and open it there, right? The app is really bad on the PlayStation for some reason, so that doesn't work. It'll keep buffering and it'll keep cutting out. Then you can Chromecast it, right? I know the exact way for me to Chromecast it, right? And this is what I have to do. Step 1, turn on my TV. Step 2, open up Twitch on my computer. Step 3, cast the screen to the TV. It connects to Twitch. Oh, wait, no, you need the app. Okay, sure. Close everything back down. Download the app on Twitch. Don't open the app, because if you open the app on the Chromecast and on the TV, it doesn't work. It straight up doesn't work. So get the app, close down the TV again. Open up the TV, open up your computer, Chromecast it. The app opens up now. Would you like to Chromecast this? Yes, please. Chromecast to it. It pops up saying, now you're connected. Cool. Close down the PC, close down the TV, open up the TV, up Twitch again, directly on the stream, cast the screen, and then it might pop up on your TV. And it might only pop up for a little bit, and it'll be there for probably... I would probably say like 5-10 minutes before I have to rinse and repeat that process. But now the process has already been done like 80% of the way. So now the only way for you to get it back on screen again when it inevitably is going to crash again, then you just restart the page and then cast the screen again. Please, Twitch, fix it. That's actually wild. How difficult can it be? Either make an app or just say it's completely allowed to cast the screen. It's literally not that bad, bro. You're a free service. You're literally a free service. Just do it. Just fix it. And it's really not getting better on the phone either. My mom keeps asking me about whatever the hell app that she wants to use, right? She's like, oh, can I use this app? Does this app work? Is this okay? Or do I have to pay money, right? And she's like technology illiterate, right? Because every person above the age of 55 is like tech illiterate, right? So she keeps asking me, does this work, right? And 99% of the apps that she gets says that it's free. And then you open it up, but then you have to put your card in, and then you only get a 7-day free trial, and then it just automatically starts taking money, right? And that could be literally whatever. It could literally be the most whatever the hell app, and it will still ask you to do that. My mom found an app that was like for stretching out like from time to time because she works at like a desk job. So she wants to have like something, stretches she can do. And then it tells you like every like hour, like, hey, now it's time for you to stretch. And here's the stretches you're going to do, right? Even apps like that, which is like the most whatever the hell apps that is literally just like one Google search and then you can have that and then put a timer on your phone each hour. Even that is like, well, actually it's free in 7 days. And those 7 days are only free for like the first starter. And then afterwards you have to pay like $100 a month for us to make a WikiHow on the stretches you should probably do. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not a physician, right? So maybe this would be good for you, which is wild. It shouldn't be like that. It should be either is it free or you pay for it, right? Like one-time payment is what it should be. As a very smart man once said, that is, everything is moving closer to being subscription-based. Everything's gonna be more expensive and you're gonna love it. So at the end of the day, how is this supposed to be better? The quick answer is it's not. It's not supposed to be better. It's not even supposed to be more convenient. It's not really convenient anymore because now the market has been so oversaturated that it's only convenient if you're only interested in, let's say, Netflix, or if you're only interested in waves. Because if we go all the way back to the plugins, right? If I have one plugin that I'm actively paying for, then I can't crack anything else because all of them have like anti-crack. So either I pay for all of them or I crack all of them, which is insane that it has to be like that. And again, if anybody is watching this that works for, I don't know, whatever the hell company, I don't crack anything. And I don't condone cracking stuff on different websites that are very easy to find. And torrent stuff. I don't condone it, and I don't do it myself. I'm just saying, in theory, it would be much easier. Because then you also don't have all those literal Trojan horses that is scouring your computer and taking CPU power just to check if you're cracking something or not. I'm literally just saying. It's just a thing I'm saying, okay? You can't sue me, please, thank you. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's not supposed to be better. It's not supposed to help you. It's supposed to take more money from you. And it's supposed to make your life worse, which is great. I really enjoy this economic thing we're in right now. It's really nice. I will say much more for ads than I am for having to pay for something that makes your life worse. Love me an ad where I can close my eyes and close my ears and look away and scroll on my phone so I can watch content for free and not get advertised to. Much rather have that than having to pay for some random subscription service that's going to be like, actually, we only made 14 billion last year. So this year we're aiming to hit 22 billion. So we have to raise the prices. And that's it. You have to do that. Or you can't watch it. Wait, you're stealing? Oh! Also, completely different thing. If there's a movie from the 80s that doesn't get shown anywhere and I can't find it in the stores, what else am I supposed to do? If I want to watch the movie and I'm just gonna beg Netflix to buy it so I can watch it, that's not gonna happen, bro. Netflix doesn't even show all the content in every single part of the world, even though there's a global company. I don't understand that. How come that there's some stuff that's like only available in America and then I'm sitting here in Denmark and it's like, oh yeah, you can't watch it. Why? Boo-hoo, cry about it. Wait. You know, like, why can't I do that? It's like, is that like, it's more difficult. It's like, oh yeah, these guys are also allowed to watch it, right? Like, that's about it. Hi, my name is Fizzberg. You could just call me Fizz or the real one. This has been an episode of White Guy ranting about technology, I guess, and apps that are making your life worse. I want to get back into streaming, so follow my Twitch. On that, please do subscribe because please get me out of this hellhole, right? We almost hit 1,000 subscribers, so it's really nice. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And other than that, I hope you have a very, very pleasant and amazing day.